Good evening, guys. How's it going? Just chilling here at home. Yeah, today went by kind of fast, but then like towards the end of the day, it just drug on for forever, it seemed like. And I had that delivery this morning, right? I told you about that. And guy was a little bit early, which was like awesome because usually people are like way later than they're supposed to be. So I was happy about that. And admin was like, okay, we need the doctor's signature on the tax exemption form. And I was like, wait, we have to have that before he can leave here? And they're like, yeah, because he has a temp tag. We have to do that, or else we're going to have to charge him tax. And I was like, I didn't know that. I was like, I've sold to Texas customers so many times, and like, I've never had to do that. Like, they take the form, and then they handle that all when they go to register locally. And admin was like, yeah, but not in the case of like a pickup here. And I was like, shit, like, and it's not that quick or easy necessarily to get a doctor's signature. Well, it is easy, but like, could take a while. It's doctor time. And so he's like trying to call his wife to, have her get the script, get the signature on the exemption form, and my boss is trying to help, and I'm just like, oh my God. Guy ended up being here for like 2.5 hours. It should have been like a quick like in and out process, like sign here, blah blah blah. On he goes. And yeah, because I didn't realize that we needed that done prior, he ended up spending 2.5 hours. But he was really cool about it. He was just like so kind about it and really understanding. And I just apologized. I was like, I am so sorry. I didn't realize, but he was really nice. So I appreciate that. I'm grateful. And he has an interesting job. He is a engineer for airplanes, and he works on like some crazy projects. Like he works on like he told me they've done like custom things for like these sultans and stuff where they do like just gold adorned interiors, and there's like 4 kitchens, and like they've got like full showers, bidets, like it's like true like luxury type stuff. And he was telling me about how like there's this one like French designer that he works with, and the guy's like, I want air in here, but I don't want to feel the air on me. Like, so he didn't want to feel it like blowing, but he wanted it to be cool. And the engineer's just like, uh. So I don't know. He's got some interesting projects, and how they like turned like a crop duster into a weapon for the Marines, because like crop dusters can land like literally anywhere. They're meant to land on anything. You don't need like a tarmac or whatever. I was like, that's really freaking cool. So he was interesting. That was fun. But we got that done, and very happy about that. Not a lot of action as far as my customers. My one lady did get approved, and the bank was supposed to call her and get everything all like situated, but like I waited several hours, and I finally messaged my customer. I was like, "Hey, did Dee reach out?" And she was like, "Nope, I haven't heard anything." And I'm like, so I gave the customer the number for the bank, and I'm like, "Guys, like, what are we doing here? This lady's been waiting all day. You've given her an approval. I told her hours ago that you'd be reaching out, and like, yet she's still waiting. Like, do we want to get this lady help or not? Like, seriously, do we want to close this or not?" So hopefully I have an answer by tomorrow, and we'll see. Because I got to get something going on. I've got nothing in for the month, and right now that's the closest thing that I'm working. Gotta make some money because, like, yeah, my credit card bill, I got that. It was just, it shocked me a little bit. Like, I was like, what? And, like, I had to go through and I, like, did the math because I was like, there's no way. And yeah, no, the maths, guys. The maths. So, yeah, I'm not gonna really be able to put anything into savings, I don't think, this time around. It's just gonna be paying my bills straight up. Like, yeah. I talked to my girl Leslie for a little bit today. She actually called me while I was at work, and uh, she was like, "Oh shoot, I'm sorry, I forgot you were there." And I was like, I'll call you when I get home. And so we talked a little bit later after I got home and just kind of caught up on everything. Because, like, every time I don't see her for like a weekend, it feels like it's been forever. Like, forever. So, yeah, hopefully we can get together this weekend. I know we're doing brunch Sunday, so, but hopefully we can get together and just have a little bit of fun, you know? Chill. It's Mo's busy part of the week, and Thursdays are his like busiest days. He did mention that to me previously, and I was like, "Well, what time are you getting home?" He's like, "Probably not until like 1 a.m." And so I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be chatting tonight," which is a little bit of a bummer because like we didn't get to really talk person to person too terribly much yesterday, and then it's probably not gonna happen tonight because like 1 a.m. You know, like sometimes I'm up that late anyway, but he might be just like totally pooped and may not like feel like it. And I know that he can't really answer his phone much like on this day. But I messaged him, you know, just like, hey, like, been on my mind and, you know, really want to see you again. And, you know, when do you think like you'll be able to take like a little bit of PTO? Like I said, because I could maybe like swing out possibly like on the 20th, you know, like plan for that if you can get like a Saturday off or something. And he hasn't said anything yet, so I'm also like, you know, I don't want to like pressure him too much or anything, but I mean, it seems like, I don't know, like it seems like things are pretty cool with us. But, you know, I always get paranoid. Like maybe things aren't that cool. But I feel like things are really cool. And yeah, just enjoying for now, you know. Ordered myself some dinner tonight. That's unusual for me. Like I generally have like girl dinner, you know, so like, you know, a couple handfuls of granola or a couple crackers, some beef jerky, you know. Sometimes a little bit of ice cream. I did order some dinner. I got some New Moon China is what I ordered. I think that's what it's called, New Moon China, and it was okay. I don't want to be rude, but like nothing compared to New Asian. New Asian's the bomb. That they weren't open, so you know, I had to try to get my fix somehow, and that was a mistake. I should have just got pizza because all it did was make me want New Asian even more, and I couldn't have that. But yeah, it wasn't bad. And I did order myself some chopsticks, like, you know, some ones that you can wash and reuse and stuff. Because when I was in Koreatown, I was really embarrassed at how bad I was at using chopsticks. Like, because that's all they give you there. Like, they don't even offer, like, anything else. Like, it's just chopsticks. And one of the waitresses, I actually recognized her from another time I had been there. Like, she saw, like, I was struggling. And that's when I was hanging out with Tim, or Tom. Yeah, sorry, Tom. Hanging out with Tom, and you know, he was kind of like poking at me a little bit too, like for how poor I was at using chopsticks. I don't know, I'm not good at it, guys. Like, I want to be better. But she came over and like gave me like the kid kinds that like are held together and you just squeeze them. Like, and I was like, no, like not using those. I'm not, absolutely not. I'm gonna struggle with this like normal. I'm not using the kid ones. And then I tried to use like chopsticks in a dish that you weren't supposed to use chopsticks, I guess. You're supposed to use a spoon and like yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. So I want to get better. So I ordered those and yeah, I struggled, but I'm like doing it. Like I'm eating with these damn things. Like I have to get good at it eventually, right? Or maybe I just get good at doing it wrong. Like, and I always imagine too. I'm like, do I look like one of those like people like with chopsticks, like how like little kids who are trying to like use a fork for the first time and they're just holding it in their fists like that, you know, instead of like, just like. So do I look like that? I don't know, but yeah, looking forward to tomorrow being Friday. I wish today was Friday, to be honest, and having a nice chill weekend. So. Alright, guys. Well, I love you so much. I hope you have a great night, and we will reconvene in the morning. Oh, yeah. And subscribe.